She was a pale blonde with rice paper skin. Her cheekbones were high and her lips were thin. Behind the shades her eyes played a kind of roulette. She was backlit in the doorway. Sam checked her silhouette. She said,
Mr. Galahad.
Last time I looked.
Sam Galahad, the private detective.
That's what it says on the door.
Actually, it says Rudy's Plumbing and Heating.
Card must have fallen off. Please, have a seat.
high heels did a tap break on the grimy tile. She didn't take her glasses off, she didn't try to smile. She crossed her legs and waited, Sam gave her a stare. Smoke was a question mark hanging in the air.
Don't know what I expected.
Got trouble here for sure.
My name is Laura Vesper, Adrian Wasp's personal assistant. Wasp Enterprises needs your help. We're in a very vulnerable position.
Somebody lose a suspender button?
Somehow she managed to keep a straight face.
Tell me, Mr. Galahad, are you always this charming with your clients?
You must excuse me, Miss Vesper. My normal clientele isn't exactly the executive type. The more the stagger into your office and bleed on your carpet type.
I hope I haven't disappointed you.
No, you're doing just fine. What does Wasp Enterprises want with me?
Well, I'm sure you've heard. Night before last, Mr. Wasp took his own life.
On Mansion Hill, yes, I've seen the papers.
It was tragic.
Death usually is, even when you don't own half the city. Where do I come in?
This is Jennifer Wasp, Adrian Wasp's daughter and only heir.
Raindrops on the window beat a sad tattoo, and the day went from gray to a kind of blue. Sam looked kind of funny as he put out his cigarette. You can run, but you can't hide, and you never can forget.
Forget about ships. This face would have launched 1,000 rockets. She had hair the color of moonlight on topaz, and a mouth that would have sent Shakespeare thumbing through a thesaurus.
It's an old photo. She's aged.
Haven't we all?
Mr. Galahad, there's a board meeting next week. I must see Jennifer before that meeting.
What's stopping you?
She's disappeared, Mr.
Galahad.
Galahad. Don't know what I expected. Got trouble here for sure.
The detective.
The detective.
When the lines begin to blur. Names, dates,
Places.
numbers, facts.
Jennifer tried to call her father on the afternoon of his death.
What time was this?
Around 6, I told her Mr. Wasp had just left for the airport and was there anything that I could do, but she said no and hung up.
Did she say where she was calling from?
The penthouse at Wasp Tower.
That's where she was living?
For the past month. Before that, on Mansion Hill with her father. Mr. Wasp was against the move.
I'm not surprised. A little trouble at Wasp Tower.
Trouble.
Protest of the demolition of the old Metro concert hall.
A minor annoyance.
Your security boys put 6 protesters in the hospital.
We don't like being annoyed.
I'll keep that in mind. Why did Jenny leave Mansion Hill?
One of her whims. Suddenly she was interested in the corporation. Frankly, she was a nuisance. Checking through old files, asking questions.
Now she's disappeared.
And that's why I'm so worried, Mr. Galahad. You see, Jennifer is very fragile.
We all have our breaking points, Miss Vesper.
But Jennifer needs protection. She had a breakdown almost 10 years ago. It left her unstable, scarred. Now, after what's happened, I'm afraid
She may do something desperate.
If I take the case, would I be working for you or Wasp Enterprises?
Why don't we keep this personal?
Give me $20. I'll take this as a retainer. I'll send you a bill for the rest. I'm working for you. Who you work for is your business.
I'll be staying on Mansion Hill. You can get in touch with me there.
When I have something,
You will find her, won't you, Mr. Galahad?
yes,